Welcome to the Old Guy Bourbon channel. Why do we call it that? Well, because I'm an old guy and that is bourbon. And today we'll be reviewing Four Roses Single Barrel. It's a 100 proof bourbon. Now, all their single barrels are made with one recipe. Four Roses has 10 different recipes and they use them all. But all their single barrels are made with the same recipe, OBSV. And the O stands for their distillery, the first letter. And they only have one distillery. So it's always going to be O. The second letter, B, is for their mash bill. They have two mash bills. This one, the B mash bill, is 60% corn, 35% rye, and 5% barley. And the last letter is their yeast strain. And they have 5 yeast strains. This is the V yeast strain. And the V yeast strain is a delicate fruit. So now you know that much about it. And it's also aged, according to their website, 7 to 9 years, even though there's not an age statement on it. All these bottles will be 7 to 9 years old. So let's get into it. The color's a nice amber. Let's see what the nose is like. Man, it's a delicate nose. It's a light nose, but there's a lot going on here. I'm getting that rye spice, vanilla, some cherries, some cocoa. And there's a little flowery, like being in a flower shop, not overpowering like that, but it's there. It's a light, it's that scent, but very light. Again, it's a nice color, very nice nose. Like I say, the nose is delicate, but it's light, but everything is there. Let's take a sip. Oh my goodness. Now this is my first sip of the day. The first sip, as I've said in all my videos, that alcohol really comes through, kind of overpowering almost. But even with that, just on my first sip, I'm getting a plum, that rye spice, honey, some brown sugar, cherries. Let me try another. Oh boy, that finish, still going on, but I'm anxious to get that second sip in because, boy, this finish is long. And I don't want to go into what's going on in the finish yet when I'm still working on the pellet. But I want to take this sip so bad, but that finish is still there. Well, I got to do it because I want to get everything out of this I can. That's a lot better, yeah. I mean, it was good the first time, but now that alcohol's way in the back and coming out, man, that cocoa's there, cherries is there, plums there, vanilla's there. Very light caramel, but you get that it's sweet. You get that honey, brown sugar, cherries, plum. Man. Oh boy, is this good. It's a very, you know what, from the nose being delicate like that, and it's very nice nose. And by delicate, I don't mean weak or bad in any way. The nose is very good, but it's delicate. Like you think on the pellet, it's going to be the same way. It's going to be, I expected. I may have had this before, but still from the nose, you expect that those flavors are going to come through and it's going to be delicious, but it's going to be also like that nose where you kind of search around for it. There's a lot going on, but you got to search around. This, like, no, the pellet is like, I'm coming at you. Oh man, yeah. Very nice pellet. Very nice on the pellet. You get that sweetness, that brown sugar, the honey, all that fruit, plums and cherries. Maybe even a little peach or apricot is in there. Vanilla, of course, that rye spice. Man, and then it is a smooth drinker. Now, in Pennsylvania, this is like $48 plus tax. It's worth every penny of that. So it's competing with $50 bourbons. And I would say it holds up very, very well. Surprisingly, a 7 to 9 year old bourbon. There's some oak there. Maybe even some old wood, like, but that's in the background, at least to my palate. Now, everybody's palate is different, but I like oak, but this is a light on the oak, but it's there, some woodiness to it in the and this finish is long. And it starts out on the finish. You have all those other flavors out front. And then slowly, that rye spice is like building, like you're going up that hill on a roller coaster, and so that's it. It's just great finish. It's a great bourbon. I think for around $50, you can't go wrong. You really can't. It's to me, it's fantastic. I love the whole Four Roses lineup. I really do. Even the yellow label, their initial foray into your Four Roses is the Four Roses bourbon. We call it yellow label, even though the label's no longer yellow. I even like that, but it just gets better as you go along. And so what I'll be reviewing next is the Four Roses Small Batch Select. And that, I just can't wait to open it up. You can see it's unopened. It's 104 proof. It's their top of the line of their normal series. They do have other bourbons that are limited releases and special releases and things like that. Hard to find. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for hanging around, and I hope to see you again.